ओम महादेवी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्।
Namaste. First of all, there have been a lot of question about when will this pandemic end. There has been a lot of query about when will the pandemic end, when will the pandemic end. First of all, it is not a pandemic. Please understand, it is a biological warfare. It is actually an asymmetrical warfare. Symmetrical warfare is you see the enemy, you fight with the enemy uses weapons to kill you as a person. The asymmetrical warfare is you don't look at the enemy, but the enemy can do a lot of damage to you as a person. That is the meaning of asymmetrical warfare. For example, you have the cyber attack where you don't see the enemy, but you end up having a lot of problem with regard to your data. So the problem is you have drones. The drones come and bomb your place, everything, but you don't see the enemy and it is being remotely operated across. So therefore, in asymmetrical warfare, the war will end only if the enemy stops attacking you as a person. If the enemy attacks you as a person, the asymmetrical warfare does not end because you don't know the enemy. So the major question of people telling when will be the pandemic which will stop, actually the problem is that China is possibly delivering an asymmetrical warfare by putting biological warfare, by developing new kinds of viruses and strain which will affect the world. So that is the biggest problem. The problem is people cannot prove. So this war will continue for, let's say, even another 2 years, because one is it has come when the Saturn has entered Makar, and therefore when the Saturn will have to go to Kumbha, maybe the asymmetrical warfare will stop. But it's not going to stop without a war. There is going to be a war between the China and a lot of nations. It is going to be a bloody war, because there are variety of problem is there. One is the Grahana has happened in the Zaiping's important 10th house. So therefore, there will be a problem with regard to his work, with regard to his capacities. So therefore, it will be combination of many forces which will combine and try to fight against the China. So therefore, including India, Burma and a variety of people across. So please understand what is going on is the seeds or the sowing of the seeds for the Third World War, and it's a kind of asymmetrical warfare where the drones are used and a variety of other things are used across. The other most important thing is don't get carried away by telling this virus will stop. Now, for example, there is a monkey virus, there is a Bono virus, like that a variety of viruses are there, and even the corona has a strain. So please understand that this is not going to stop, and India is going to have the third and the fourth wave which will be coming across, because it's logically India doesn't have so much of vaccines and also the infrastructure to pump into it. So when both are not there, there is going to be a pandemic which is going to continue in the sense, and also the second one is, this is the age of infectious diseases. People will die out of different kinds of infection. So this, you can call it as a age of infectious diseases. And therefore this will continue even for a year, by which time the economy would have got completely shaken out as a person. The second prediction in this video is, people are asking about Indian Olympics. I would simply say India will have more medals to win. India has won a medal in weightlifting. You have other areas and categories like shooting, badminton, where India would perform really well. So you can expect a couple of silver medals and possibly 1 or 2 gold medals you can expect across a person. So India is going to fare well in the Olympics. The third one is the arrival of the IPO of Zomato. Now, many people say that the Zomato IPO has got listed and possibly it might be a bubble, it will be burst and all that thing. It will be far from the truth. Right now it's 120. It will probably end up at about 200, 250 before a major correction happens actually for the Zomato stocks. And also the other companies which are coming there like Paytm and Swiggy and other people who are coming inside the Indian primary market, their thing will all get subscribed. So the flavor of the season is the IPO, and the flavor of the season is the many startup companies which are going to what you call it is take money from the market across. So therefore get ready for the roller coaster ride as far as the stocks are concerned, but overall they will do well for the coming 1 year across. The other one is the monsoon is going to be near normal in most of the states, but there are few areas in the west where there has been an excessive rainfall like Bombay and Gujarat, which might continue later. And the point is Indian economy will slow down. One is the planetary position and also the 8th of Saturn, which will be happening after next February. Thank you so much. Keep seeing the Adish. You will get a lot of new information into your personal life across. Thank you. Now we are going to talk today about the one world, one government in the art forms like that of music, dance, poetry, what you call it as the prose, novels, cinema, all that thing. Now the point is the different cultures have evolved different systems of traditions. For example, in India there are different kinds of dance system like Bharatanatyam in South India, Kuchipudi in Andhra, and then you have Manipuri in Manipur, then you have Odissi in Bhubaneswar, all that particular thing. But the point is there is something called Jugalbandi. All these dancers combine together and combine the art forms and do it. And cinema has integrated all these art forms. So we are evolving as a society across the world where there will be individual arts which will be promoted and heritage which will be protected, but also these will get merged in the common stream and new forms of dances will become very, very popular. For example, you can take the dance of Michael Jackson, you can take the songs of what you call it as Madonna and all those Justin Bieber and all those things across. So there will be a global billboard kind of thing where different languages songs will be a big hit. It will be like one will be in Latin, one will be in Turkish, one will be in English. Like that, there will be a different songs which will be there available for many people to enjoy. So the variety will increase, the cultural emergence will happen. It is like this, the Latino dance might combine with Bharatanatyam and a new form can evolve. The Russian ballet can evolve with that of Kuchipudi and a new dance form will evolve. Like that, there will be a new dance forms which will be coming. In the same way, the music also will evolve where we will be moving towards a global system of the emergence of many sounds and music and many different types of music which will be evolved, for each will have a place across. So this will be a major thing, and of course in sports it will be combination of man and women. Imagine a football team where it is both man and women playing. Imagine a cricket team where man and women are combining together. So all sports you will have the mixed gender things which will be coming across as a person. And also there will be movies which will be taken, which will be decimated in multiple languages, and also the struggles of Africa will be appreciated in Asia. The cultural differences of Asia will get appreciated in Africa. Like that, there will be filmmakers who will be both contemporary and global. But we are evolving in a stage where the global platform for music, dance, poetry, advertisement, fashion, technology is all evolving into a global scale. So this is a major shift which is going to happen. There will be there will be a lot of people who will be bringing these kind of art forms into both contemporary and in the world theatre. These days it is only the Western people who are very much dominating the entire market, but this will change. You will have a Grammy which is more global, all encompassing and all inclusive. You will have an Oscars which is more all encompassing, and all kinds of acceptance will be coming across. So you please understand that this kind of an opening up which will be happening. These days it will be like one or two movies are going for the Oscars, and the Oscar movies are not appreciated in India across as a person. But whereas this will evolve, there will be a lot of language translation will be there, which will be appreciated, will be there, and the formats of voting will be probably global. It will be like everybody will vote for the movie, and the viewer's best choice will become the what you call the movie of the year, the movie of the seasons. All that will be there. So please understand, we will evolve a new voting system and a new award system which will be coming across, where it will be like that. In the same way, Nobel Prize will all starts coming. It will only be not only for science and technology, maths, physics, chemistry, biology. It will be probably for astrology. It will be probably not only for economics but also for dance, poetries. Like that, there will be a new all-encompassing Nobel Prize system which will be coming across, and parallelly there will also be a competition which will be coming in for the Nobel Prize system across. So we would be heading into a new global era of all these particular things which will be coming across. Now, as far as the war is concerned, war will take its ugly twists and turns. There will be technology war. The nations has to be prepared for a technology war which will get in all walks of life. You will have technology war. There will be hackers from different countries who will be hacking. Of course, today it is being blamed in Russia and Pakistan and about North Korea. No, this will also be done by America, Canada and different people. So there will be hacking war which will be happening across. It will be literally like a cyber war. The second most important thing is you will have the second thing, the biological war. Just like the pandemic, there will be many biological war which will be happening across, and which will bring in a lot of death into the humanity. The third thing is there will also be secret stealthy operation where few soldiers go and try to destroy everything across. So that will be a very major leap. The fourth thing is you will have what you call flying squads. There will be human beings who will be flying like an aeroplane and they will be bombing, and there will be human beings who will go under the sea and who will be destroying the enemy's fleet. You will have all kinds of technology advancement which will come, where a soldier will be equivalent to a robo, or robos will become the soldiers of the future, like that of the Skywalker or Star Wars across. So please understand, we would be coming into a new era of warfare itself, where drones, it will be like a video game where people will be flying and they will be hitting across. You saw the dome fights, which the Iron Dome by the Israel, like that. There will be a lot of manless, humanless contact warfare, which will be very, very common, will be there. But the many nation will try to gather together and hit the rogue nation. Just like South Korea, North Korea, many nations will combine and try to hit South Korea. Many nations will try to combine and hit Russia. Like that, there will be a combination. Like there will be like a lot of people will combine together and they will try to hit. This is what is going to be the thing. So when the warfare breaks out, there is going to be a lot of integration and cooperation, which will get carried away in the future across. So you can say war is a unity point. Of course, there are wounds in the world, just like North Korea, South Korea, just like the Serbia and Israel and Palestine. There are a lot of people across, but these are the areas of conflict and zones which will continue to bleed and leak humanity, and there will be a lot of death which will be coming across. So you please understand, there will be also drugs war will be there, that terrorism will become globalized, where the terrorists will interlink themselves and they will operate on a global scale, and there will also be the people who will be like terrorists, drug lords, prostitution and all that thing, a mafia of the world you can call it, which will get unfolded across. This will evolve faster than the other politics across. So we are coming to a new era of these kind of global terrorism, and where the impact will be felt across the globally in many kind of states across. So please understand, we would be heading into an area, all these things will persist and people would die about it. And of course, you will have the technology which will be working behind it. All this we'll see in the next episode. Namaste. Today we are going to talk about an important spiritual thing which is called as the vortex. There are two kinds of vortex in the world, the black vortex and the white vortex. The white vortex is represented by Vishnu and the black vortex is represented by Lord Shiva. So the point is, there is always a conflict between the black and the white vortex. In every black vortex there is a little white vortex. In every white vortex there is a little black vortex. That is why Einstein has a theory, in black hole there will be light will be there, and therefore in the white hole there will be black vortex, black vortex will be there. Now, the black hole is the thing which dissolves the solar system, which dissolves the planet across. There are planetary black holes, there are solar system black holes, there are universal black holes which just absorb and dissolve all the matter into 5 elements. This is called as a black hole. This was described by the Chandrasekhar. Of course, the scientists are doing a lot of research in that. Then there is a white vortex which brings all the 5 elements into a physical reality. It kinds of manifests into a physical reality across. This is called as a white hole, which is yet to be discovered by the scientists. The white hole will throw out the planets, solar systems, all the different kinds of rocks, stars, asteroids, everything will be thrown by these planetary white holes, galactical white holes, solar system white holes. These are white holes are there. The scientists are yet to discover. I also found in my meditation that these white vortexes, some of them can travel more than the speed of light. That is why the religion says that the world was created with the intention of God. He never tried to work, it's just intended it got created. We are still seeing light, and also I found the latest thing that there are some particles which travel more than the speed of light across. Anyway, that is a different story altogether. Right now we can see there are black religions are there. Like for example, there are a lot of tribal religions, the religion of Lord Shiva, Islam, and also the rightist, what you call Veera Shaivite, Lingayats. There are people who are of different religion who believes in killing, like Ku Klux Klan. These are the representation of the black vortex, and the Islam actually explains to you very clearly that you should move. Everybody writes from left to right. It is clockwise writing, but actually in the Islamic text it is from the right to left, which is the anti-clockwise direction across. You can call the centripetal force, which is supposed to be the white vortex, the centrifugal force, which can be the black vortex across. In religion also, the white vortex is opened through the mantras chanting ritual. Also, there is an antakarna is there. The antakarna is like a gate. It is like there is a spiritual cord and there is a gate which gets connected. Suppose somebody does a dana, the spiritual gate opens up and there is a huge downpour of divine energy, and then it kind of closes out across. It is like a gate which does not allow you to access. Now this gate can be opened up or opens up during the time of sex, during the time of death, when you do ritual, when you do dana, when you give bali, and when you follow certain amount of nema nishta, and this vortex opens up as a person. Now, when a man and a woman meets, it is the opposite energy which comes into the force. So the moment the opposite energy comes into the force, there is a vortex which spins clockwise, opens up, and there is a huge downpour of energy. That is why when you do a physical contact, they are used for three things. It is used for procreation, it is used for pleasure, it is also used for magical abilities of manifestation. That is why if a saint wants to meditate, he simply mates a woman without ejaculating, and immediately the vortex opens up and he does the lot of visualization to bring the divine light from the antakarna into the physical body across. Now, these are the usage of sex which many people are not aware. They think it is pleasure, it is procreation. Far from that, it can be used for spiritual exercise. Also, if you give dana beyond your level, for example, if you are earning 1 lakh but you are giving dana of 2 lakhs, if you are giving dana of 5 lakhs, like that, what happens? The higher the dana you give, the sluice gate opens up and there is a huge downpour of divine energy which helps you to manifest things across, which purify your aura and chakra across as a person. Now, this is another method to open up the dana. That is why when you give dana, there is an immense amount of soul satisfaction. You feel very happy and very peaceful across. But giving itself has a psychic barrier. You find it very difficult. That is why many people find it very difficult to fall in love, because they can love themselves, but they can't melt with another person across. So this is also one of the reasons why they find it very difficult to get married across. The other one is the tantric bali. The bali, actually what happens, the vortex is locked and the bali rips open the thing and there is a huge downpour of energy which happens across. The bali is both gross and subtle. The gross kind of bali is like giving the bali of the cow, sheep, animals across. The subtle kind of bali is giving somebody's marriage, somebody's childbirth, somebody's organ, somebody's sports cricket. For example, PV Sindhu won the bronze, so she gave the Chatru Jayam bali of the opponent. It happens all the time in the sports across, and it is represented by Mars. The fourth most important thing after the bali, after the sex, is the opening of the vortex using the mantras. For example, the Hindu traditional way of doing the prayer is so fantastic. It opens up the vortex. The opening of the vortex happens finally when you show the dhupa, deepa and the nivedya across. There is a huge downpour of energy which happens. But the alignment starts with the sankalpa. The sankalpa is very, very beautiful. They try to align the date, time, and towards the personal vortex of the person. For example, they say Sveta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasatam Anvantre Ashta Vigumsidame Kali Yuge Pradhame Pate, like that the various levels or times are aligned with the personal's nakshatra, which is the antakarna, and it's aligned, and the impact is studied. That is the 16 Shat Sampati, what it is in life, like Shema, Dhairya, Virya, Vijaya, Ayul, Arogya. They also take the Brahmin Anugnai, which is if 12 people say yes to the same thing, then the manifestation can happen very fast across as a person. But it depends on the strength of the energy. Suppose you're going to make 100 crores, you need so many people in wanting to say yes, then only the manifestation will happen across. Like that, the Hindu rituals are kept in such a manner that you have a huge downpouring of energy, which is the opening of the vortex. For example, if you do Pada Puja of Mahalakshmi, you will have a huge downpour of energy. If you have the Pada Puja for Lord Shanmuga, which is the Chatrusamara Puja, there is another huge amount of energy which gets downloaded across as a person. But suppose you do the Homa, which has a lesser impact than this, but it also has a huge amount of energy which gets downloaded. The Homam is a very, very important technique. It purifies the aura and chakra. There is a karmic churning, and after the karmic churning, the energy starts flowing into the positive direction. The vortex kind of spins out the blocks and dust that across. When you do the puja, it is like a placid water. There is a waterfalls which falls across, which helps you to have a what you call clear the energy. Death is also opening of the lower vortex. That is why the moment you die, the lower vortex entirely opens up across. This is also the main reason why they use Shav Sadhan into their personal life across. When you do Shav Sadhan, the black vortex opens up, you can be attacked by the lower astral and the spirits. Therefore, there is a person in the Kilaka, in the circle, who protects you across the person. But basically, it is opening of the black vortex. So therefore, the vortex, let me recapitulate, can be opened by sex, by death, by dana, by ritual. There is also another beautiful method which has been done by the great Jalaluddin Rumi, who does the what you call the whirling dervish. They spin and spin and spin in the clockwise, where the energy builds up, and there is a whole huge vortex. There is a huge pillar of light which descends to them across as a person. There is also a zikir, which is the what we call it as the Parayana method in the Indian Hindu ritual. The zikir is the repetition of the name of God again and again in a clockwise direction. They all stand in a vortex like kind of circle, and then they try to do that Allahu, 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 like that. If you see all those things do bring down the energy, the link is given below for you to see the zikir. But if you look at it from the top, it is the opening of the vortex. The temple or also the representation of the vortex. Any ritual pulls the energy, the good or the dark or the white energy into the temple across. That is why you feel peaceful across. So please understand, all rituals will lead you to opening of the vortex. All dana is opening of the vortex, and all sexuality is opening of the vortex. That is why they say in the Tantra scriptures, one who ejaculates is not a brahmachari. One who does not ejaculate but can have sex is supposed to be a true brahmachari. The point is, when you ejaculate, the vortex opens up and then it closes up. But when you don't ejaculate, the vortex is still alive. Women, when they ejaculate more and more, they bring down the Shakti more and more. Men, if they ejaculate, they lose a lot of power across. So therefore, please understand, the vortex is opened up directly by the great saints. A great saint like Matsyendranath, like Jesus Christ, like any great being of light who has walked in the earth across, like Guru Nanak or maybe the great Adi Shankara or Valalar across, they don't have the sluice gate which opens them from. They are able to pull that sluice gate and directly bring down the energy into the level and the speed across which they show it as a miracle to other people. They can bring the energy from their hands, from their eyes, from their ears, and all the Navadwara. They can bring down this energy across, which will help them to transmit this energy towards the other. That is why they say, when a saint come across, he says, I bless you, the hand chakra spins in the clockwise, there is a huge downpouring of energy which opens up across, so it is very easy for them to bring the download of energy. But it's a very, very important thing. Anything, you should have a bodhisattva attitude. You should have an attitude to help others, to heal people, and to help them to cross the shore of existence across. If it is for selfish reason, you feel that divine justice opens up, and many people are not you'll have hostile situation and circumstances which doesn't help you to open the vortex across, or somebody is sent like Lord Ram to close the black vortex of the Ravan. So please become very, very clear that the great saint, the Antakarna, which connects into the God's energy, there is no barrier, it just removes and it flows. Many people cannot take that energy. That's why the Lord Arjuna says to Krishna, I am not able to take your that your Vishwa Rupa. I find your Virat Rupa, which is the human Rupa, which is very easy for me to take. That is why the divine grace is called as Anugraha. It's a small thing across on that, which is a thimble of that energy. It's called Anugraha. Graha means the grace, divine grace. Anu means small. So that small amount of divine grace is enough to purify the life. And also there is another method which is invented by the Taoists, where they do the circulation of the energy up to down, and they awaken the Kundalini of the men. In women it's called Chandrali. They bring the energy and then they reverse do that across, which is called as the Chandrali. So all these methods can be used to open the vortex. Devata Yoga is also a very, very specific way, but you can still open the vortex and cleanse your energy block across. Just check in your chakra which area is blocked, and you will be able to clear the energy. I pray God that may all of you understand this knowledge, and may you be able to use this knowledge very, very easily across as a person for anyone. I wish you all the best, and may you digest this knowledge, and may you bring happiness to human beings. Thank you. Namaste. Today I am going to talk about the important things of Janma Tithi. Janma Tithi is the Tithi in which you are born. You take, some people are born in Krishna Paksh Janma Tithi. Some people are born in Shukla Paksh Janma Tithi. I know somebody was born in an Ashtami, somebody was born in a Navami, or somebody is born in Trayodasi. All those things are there. So first of all, the Janma Tithi is very, very important indicator in a person's life. Suppose a person is born in Amavas, he needs to be careful. He needs to do the Amavas Dosha Puja. The main reason is he will be connected to the black vortex very clearly, and lot of negative things in life can happen very easily for these people, and they will have a lot of Karya Siddhi problem which will be happening into their life. There are of course Devatas for the Tithi, but in general you can use the general Devata. For example, Chaturthi means Vinayaka, Sashti means Muruga, Ashtami means Bhairav, Dasami means Mahalakshmi, Ekadasi means Mahavishnu. Like that, one can use the Devata to clear the Tithi across a person. The other important thing is, note down the tithis in which all your ancestors have passed away, your relatives have passed away, and be careful in the tithi. There is a lot of negativity which happens in people's tithi because of this particular thing. Now, for example, somebody was born in Trayodasi. Actually, his mother also died in Trayodasi. In fact, the person has to be very, very careful about Trayodasi. Otherwise, there will be a lot of negativity and a disaster can happen. Which means during the Janma Tithi, do not start anything new. Do not try to go for the interview. Do not try to start a house. Do not try to get married. Do not try to do the positive things in your life, which is very, very important. The main problem that many people is they do not give importance to the Tithi. As far as the Devata is concerned, the Tithi is very good. For example, we celebrate the Vinayaka Chaturthi, we celebrate the Kanda Shashti, which is Shashti Tithi, we celebrate the Janmashtami. So like that, the Devata's Tithi is supposed to be very, very good. But for the normal human beings, during the Tithi, do not do positive things into your life. It will get into a lot of problem and lot of difficulty across. And also, it is very important that whenever your Janma Nakshatra and the Janma Tithi cross over, you need to be very, very careful. If there are a lot of negative events happen during the Janma Nakshatra and Janma Tithi, you will be having a lot of negative experiences during that period of time. Now, I know somebody who had an accident in Janma Tithi. It took a long time for him to recover at all from that accident. So please understand that Janma Tithi is a very, very important indicator in a person's life across. The other one is if the Janma Tithi comes in the 6, 8, 12 nakshatras. For example, if you are Makar Lagna, it comes in the Asilesha Nakshatra. If you are supposed to be Vrichika Lagna, it comes in the Mars Nakshatra. Or if it comes in the Mercury Nakshatra, and your Janma Tithi and your 6, 8, 12 nakshatra coordinates, you need to be very, very careful about these days across, because there can be a lot of negativity can happen during the days. Normally, I have seen lot of people have a huge mood swing as far as their Janma Tithi is concerned. They are not able to be peaceful. They get very disturbed because moon is a very important calculator of the Tithi across. So it is very important that you do understand that the usefulness of the Tithi, the first usefulness of the Tithi is applied in Swara Yoga, but which is well beyond the perspective of that. The Swara and the Tithis are combined to find out whether you are traveling in the right direction into your life as across. The second most important indicator of the Tithi is, but generally do not do a lot of positive things, do not start anything new during the Tithi across, because it will not lead into fruition or completion across. And whenever Janma Nakshatra and the Janma Tithi combines together, you need to be very careful. Suppose you are Asilesha Nakshatra, your Janma Tithi is Tritiya. If the Janma Tithi and the Asilesha Nakshatra combines together, you need to be very, very careful. If you are having health issues during the 3 Janma Tithi, it means your death vortex has opened up and you will find it very, very difficult to have good health across as a person. So it is very important that your Janma Tithi is a very, very important indicator. 3 Janma Tithi, you are having ill luck, bad luck, problem across as a person, you are going to get into a lot of trouble. And also check for the Dasha and the Bhukti. During the Dasha and the Bhukti, in the Bhukti phase, if the Tithi is neither positive nor negative, then it means the Bhukti will be very good. For example, in case you are having the Tithi of Trayodasi and your Dasha is that of Venus, during the Trayodasi Tithi, nothing negative happens across a person. Generally that Tithi will be peaceful and happy across. But if the Tithi is having negative, you can see there is a shift in the Bhukti phase which you need to be careful, and you will need to do the remedies across. The second most important thing is during your Janma Tithi, try to always check your Swara. We have written a book on the Swara Yoga, which is very, very important. check your swara during the Janma Nakshatra and the Janma Tithi. If there is a too much of a variance, like let us say 3-4 times your breathing changes, 3-4 times your thing changes, you are going to have a very, very disastrous paksha, or you are going to have a disastrous month across. So you need to be very careful in using the Janma Tithi. Generally, during the ancestors who have passed away in that tithi is going to be very negative. So don't try to start new things. Do not try to do good things and that that is start of an event, start of a trigger process. Don't do it in that perspective. It is very, very important. It will not lead you to fruition across. So you need to be very, very careful about your Janma Tithi. Generally, lot of people have a mood swing during Ashtami, Navami, Sashti, Pratama or Trayodasi. These are the days in which generally the masses have a lot of problem into their personal life. For example, if the Rahu Kala combines together in the Janma Tithi, you take the Ashtami Tithi and the Rahu Kala, if it combines with the Tuesday, lot of people have a huge mood swing across and they are not able to control it. That is why when people get angry, I ask them to check their Janma Tithi, and also that is the general Tithi. I ask them to check whether it is Sashti, Ashtami, Navami. Normally people have a lot of mood swing and they are not able to keep themselves in control. So mood swing indicator is your Tithi, and your Janma Tithi will tell you whether you are a very peaceful person or not. If you are going to get agitated in your Janma Tithi, generally it means the moon is supposed to be very, very weak. So I request you to please understand the usage of the Janma Tithi. Somebody asked me the transit, how the transit is going to be. I said check the Janma Tithi. If nothing negative or undue incident happen across, your entire transit is going to be okay. And he checked across and he came to me and he said it is okay. So the important indicator for Saturn Guru indicator is the Janma Tithi across. The other most important thing is you can do dana during the tithi, and you can give food, you can give milk, you can give clothes to people across, which will help you to mitigate a lot of things. During the Janma Nakshatra, do the Havan, and during the Janma Tithi, you do a lot of donation, which will be very, very helpful to you as a person. So this is not well known by the astrologer. Keep logging on to this channel. You will learn lot of different new techniques across, which will help you to have a better time into your life across. In fact, people who do stock trading should not do it in the Janma Tithi, as they will tend to lose lot of money during the stock trading. I request you to use the principles of time, which is very well embedded deeply in the astrology, which will help you to make money, become successful, and generally be happy into your life across. I wish you all the best, and keep viewing onto this channel because you can learn a lot of new things across. Namaste. Now many people match the horoscope in astrology, but they have few problems. The horoscopes which are matched is not liked by the boy or the girl, or the boy or the girl come back with a different set of questions and simply say it does not match. So the first thing you should understand is many people will use astrology to say no. Instead of telling that your son or daughter is no good, your son or daughter does not fulfill the expectation across, they have a very, very usable excuse, which is that of astrology. The second thing is there is no perfect horoscope. Each horoscope will have a plus, each horoscope will have a minus. So many people would want to take a perfect horoscope. That is why it will keep on postponing, where they won't be married across. The third most important thing in the entire area is, if you are not competent in astrology, don't use your children's horoscope to do the matching. The more you do the matching, the more it will take time, and you are going to come with a different kind of excuses across. So give it to a professional and match, it will be easy. The second thing is, if you are going to an astrologer who is going to take a lot of time That is, he is going to take probably so much of time in waiting, so much of time in matching, and he goes on throwing up horoscopes, and he does not match for you minimum 10 horoscopes over a period of 3 to 4 months. Please avoid him. Some people have a very negative bias, and they will find it very, very difficult to take a decision, and they also can't balance the plus and the minus. They always tend to be more negative. If these kind of astrologers you go, then it will be like more than thousands horoscope you give also. In that only 5-6 they will say it's good enough across. So remember, marriage matching is a very, very technical and it's a very advanced skill. More than the reading the horoscope, matching requires a lot of understanding of how you deal with the problems of the people, and you should be able to take a decision in the long run. Since most of them find it very difficult to take, they will go on postponing. The other one is, in our case, we use the latest and the modern thing. You can have the consultation in the WhatsApp. We will send you the details in the WhatsApp. You can tell whether it is yes or no. The other point is, you can really go ahead and do the remedies for the getting married. The most important thing is to do the remedies which will help you to solve a lot of problem. Lot of people will say the remedy is not essential as far as the horoscope is concerned. Wrong. Especially in the marriage and marriage related thing, you would require a remedy, because it will help you to spruce up the performance and also help you to get a better people across. For example, there is a lady who is doing the remedial measure. She will get a better bride than a person who is not doing the remedial measure. Remedial measures are a very, very important thing in a person's life across. So do not waste your time in thinking that remedial measures are not at all important. No, remedial measures are very, very important for the solving the problem, healing the issue, and also overcoming a lot of difficulty, more so in the case of marriage. When you do the remedial measure in the marriage, you will get a lot of horoscope, it will get clicked, and you would go on to the next stage where you will say okay with the persons whom you are going to get married. So this is the important thing as far as the marriage matching is concerned. So do take your time to understand that when somebody is saying no using the horoscope, it might be they want to say no to you as a person. And also these days the girls earn a lot of money, so the girls expect a lot of flexibility from the men's side, and they want men to give up their career and men to come into their life rather than they going into somebody's life, and they want men to adjust with their mom and dad. It's like the olden days men who are very, very demanding. So please understand, this is the dynamics which has changed across. So I request you to take this into cognizance when you do the remedial measure. You can be anywhere. We would give you the opinion of us. You will get a type sheet and a video about why this horoscope is matching or not matching across. So you can use the facility. You can send the money in different ways, and you will also get an instant reply. I pray God.